Chris Cowlin joins us now for Last Word on Spurs. How are you, Chris?
I'm good, Martin. How are you doing?
Sorry, mate, I was on a bit of a rant about the music industry there. I just... Once I'm off, I'm off. It's like, you know, it's a bad time for music, in my opinion. It's a bad time for Spurs. What a blow.
It is a huge, huge blow to lose a player like Harry Kane, who gets you so many goals, so much, work for the team, and then when you lose a player like Son, and it looks like now we've lost him until the end of the season, it's a huge, huge blow. Going into the Champions League game tonight, Son has scored 9 goals in his last 10 Champions League starts, and in the knockout stages he scored 5 goals in 7 starts. So that just proves what a huge blow he is to Tottenham right now.
Yeah, I mean, I said about him yesterday and said, the pace that he has, it's just the way that he runs, the way he breaks away from defences, he's sort of unpredictable. I think it's a massive loss. However, Lucas Moura did pull it out of the bag for Spurs last year, scoring the hat-trick, and a lot of people said he should have been playing, and Harry Kane came straight back and took his position. He's good enough, and I'm just wondering whether, when he hasn't got those two around, maybe he'll step up to the plate.
He has to now. We've got Lucas Moura, obviously. We've got Steven Bergwijn, who can get goals. Lo Celso, Dele Alli, and Ndombele. They can all score goals. We've got a great midfield who can score goals, but it's very, very frustrating as a Tottenham fan not to have an out-and-out striker. In the last 4 or 5 seasons, Harry Kane has been injured in parts of the seasons. It doesn't really take a brain surgeon to work out that you do need a backup for him, when he is out. Llorente came in last year when he was out injured. Llorente went in the summer and we didn't replace. That is a hugely disappointing thing for Tottenham fans. When you sell players, you must replace them, and it is just so important to do that.
What about Troy Parrott?
Troy Parrott, hugely exciting 18-year-old, played in the youth system, scored some absolutely wonder goals in the youth system, but Jose Mourinho says that he isn't ready yet. You've got to go by the thought of the manager. The manager knows best. It's all well and good, all of us Tottenham fans screaming, saying, "Well, give Troy Parrott a chance." This is the biggest stage you can play at club football. So, you don't want to ruin someone's career so early on by them coming in and failing. So I think that Troy Parrott will be an excellent addition to Tottenham Hotspur in the future. But I do think that he needs to enter the field, in smaller games than a Champions League game like this.
RB Leipzig tonight. Leipzig with no fully fit centre backs available, while Spurs are without proper striker. So it
should be a great game, shouldn't it?
Should be really nice, shouldn't it? Maybe Dave and Stormzy will step in. I don't know, because they didn't do anything last night. If I'm honest, they've already cancelled each other out before the games begin. What do you make of that? It is going to be a bit of a strange one, isn't it?
It will be a bit of a strange one, but Leipzig, you can't underestimate them. They are sitting second in the Bundesliga. They're 1 point behind Bayern Munich. We saw what Bayern Munich done to Tottenham earlier on in the season. This is the first time that Leipzig will be playing in the knockout stages in the Champions League, and it's the first time they've ever played an English team. You can't underestimate a team like this. They've scored many, many goals. They look very, very strong. It should be a good game. Yes, they've got some centre-backs out. Yes, we're lacking in the forward area. But, they're a very, very strong team. So, we can't rule them out. And hopefully that Tottenham will just get over that line tonight, get a decent result, for the second leg when we go out there in Germany.
But do you think, will Spurs fans and Daniel Levy lower their expectations for a top 4 finish now because of the striker injury? What I'm saying is, will they not get a backlash from the fans if it doesn't work out?
I don't think so, Martin. No, I don't think that we will lower our expectations. I know some people will be very negative, saying, well, we're not going to reach top 4 now. But you look a couple of months ago when Jose Mourinho come in, we were down there, about 14th in the table. We're now 5th. We're 1 point away from that top 4 place in the Premier League. Absolutely brilliant. I know a lot of the teams around us are losing, and which has done us a favour. But so far, the dismal season that Tottenham have had, the injuries that we have had have been incredible. Lloris has been out for 3 months. Davis, Sissoko, Lo Celso, Lamela, Ndombele, Harry Kane, and now Heung-Min Son. All of these injuries. We've had of course, the manager change from Pochettino to Jose Mourinho. We're in the Champions League last 16. We're still in the FA Cup, hunting to win that for the first time since 1991. And we are only 1 point away from that top 4 place, and we play Chelsea on Saturday. So all of us as Tottenham fans have to see all of these things as a huge positive and remain positive. And Jose Mourinho said yesterday in his press conference, the team need the fans, and the fans should be strong tonight and be that 12th man and hopefully get Tottenham that win tonight.
I was talking about it yesterday, strangely enough, and sort of saying about Mourinho's come in, probably in the transfer window, a few bits of movement, but I'm looking at some of the players that I'm thinking have underperformed, will probably go at the end of the season. He can sort of start afresh. The likes of Dyer, I actually think Lloris is, just a bit of a calamity at the moment. I don't think he's. Sometimes you
he's
look
our
at
captain. He's our captain, though, Martin. I can't see Lloris being changed. Eric Dyer, I think a lot of fans are getting on Eric Dyer's back, saying he isn't good enough, but there's something about Jose Mourinho. He tried to sign him a couple of times during his management career, and he seems to love Eric Dyer, and he seems to have a lot of confidence.
What do you make of Eric Dyer?
I don't think he's good enough for Tottenham, and I hope that he does move on, but I can't see it happening. But in the summer, it will be a very, very interesting summer. One, to see how much Tottenham do give Jose Mourinho to spend, and two, which players will leave. He's had a bit of a stamp of authority already by letting players like Danny Rose go. I know Christian Eriksen has gone. That was good business.
It's a good sort of clear out in a way that the players that I think we spoke before, and I said, there was a period of time when you leave the players out that don't really want to be at the club, and see how the other players step up to the plate, because this is their chance. And fair to Mourinho, he's got rid of 2 of them that really sort of didn't want to be there.
Absolutely, but we cannot let this happen again. Not having a striker in February, and then you plan a season until the end of May. Having Harry Kane and Heung-Min Son out. Imagine now if someone like Lucas Moura or Steven Bergwijn got an injury, it would just be disastrous. The
trouble is going to a club. If I'm a pro now and I'm a striker and I've got a choice of a few clubs, and I look at the clubs and go, well, hang on a minute, they've got Harry Kane there and Son. I'm going to be getting splinters on my bum. I'm not going to get a game. I'll go somewhere else and get some game time.
There are more than enough games, though. Tottenham have been a decent Champions League team in the past few seasons. We play FA Cup, which Jose Mourinho will want to win. With a manager like Jose Mourinho now, he will want to win the League Cup. So there are plenty of games, and of course 38 Premier League games as well. And if you go by history, in the past 4 or 5 seasons, Harry Kane has spent time out injured. So if we did have a decent striker, by me saying a decent striker, paying fair amount of money for them, I do think that they would get a lot of game time and push Harry Kane that little bit more as well.
Spurs play Chelsea at the Bridge this Saturday. We spoke about Frank yesterday and said that he's under a bit of pressure at the moment. Another team, massive amount of injuries, had the transfer ban, and it's been tough for him, really. I think he's done well with what he's got, but it's going to be a tale of 2 teams with a load of players missing.
Yeah, I don't know whether you wanted me to say anything positive about Chelsea because it's not happening. I don't know where you would lead them at that night.
Well, it's just probably going to be another game, isn't it? I mean, you're playing 2 teams that got no players, and you got no players yourself. We might as well jack it in.
In every game now, every single Tottenham player needs to step up and finish, because the Aston Villa game, Heung-Min Son, as much as we all love him, and he scored that winner at the end. He missed quite a few chances. Dele Alli missed quite a few chances, and we just need to be very, very clinical in big games like this tonight and the game on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I won't tell you about what I said about Dele Alli, that the fact that he had 2 chances when he's trying to bend them with the outside of his right foot rather than taking his left foot. John Gorman. I had John Gorman on the show sort of saying to me, well, you know, that's what he does. It was like, no, go and practice what you're not good at. That's what I was always taught, and that's why I've ended up here.
He's still young. He's still so young, though, Martin, and what a huge talent. And I think under a manager like Jose Mourinho, I think his game will just get even better.
Well, do you know what? He's starting to get into the positions that he used to get into. That's the difference now. I think he became a bit of a lazy player. At least he's getting forward now and getting into those sort of areas where he's going to score goals. So there's a positive side of it there. Chris, as always, appreciate you coming on.